Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to play Word Heist. This game supports 2 to 6 players, it's for ages 10 and up, and the average play time is about 20 minutes. This just came in the mail today, and this is going to be our first time playing. This is a word game, and I'm terrible at these, so idly is going to absolutely destroy me. Here's a quick look at the box insert and some of the components that we're not using, basically just tokens and other dry erase boards. The game also comes with more of these dry erase markers. You've also got 3 decks of cards. You've got rare consonants in light green here, so like K, Z, J, and so on. You've got common consonants, this dark blue deck, so like B, L, M, P, G, and so on. And lastly, a deck of vowels, A, E, I, O, U. Y is not in here, so vowels there. And you've also got a deck of goals, and you're going to be trying to complete these goals from round to round in order to score extra points. So this one says, your word must contain at least 5 letters. Now these are optional goals, you don't have to do them, but they will score you points if you manage to do them. So the way the game is set up, each player is going to take a dry erase board, a marker, and tokens of one color. There's 6 of each, and you're going to put one of them on the score track up here. And you're going to deal out a number of these cards based on the number of players. In a 2-player game, you're going to use 3 common consonants, 1 rare consonant, and 2 vowels. And then you're going to take those 6 cards, shuffle them up, and then lay them out like this. Okay? The rest of these cards can go back in the box. You will not use them for that game. In a future game, or future, if you want to play a different way in the future, I suggest, maybe you can mix things up and use different letters from round to round. But in a typical game, you're going to use the same letters for all 3 rounds of the game. So what's going to happen, you're also going to take 2 of these goal cards and just put them face up. There's also a board up here, and as players use words throughout the game, you're going to write them down so that it keeps track of repeat words. And the way a round works is, players are going to look at the table, the array here, the array of letters, and they're going to try and come up with a word using only those letters. You can use a letter twice, so you can use the H twice, the E twice, Y twice, whatever. So you can use a letter multiple times. And you're going to write that word down secretly on the top of your dry erase board. Then you're going to give as many clues as you want to give by placing your tokens on the letters that you've used. If you've used a letter twice, you're going to put 2 clue tokens on those letters, or on that letter. So the more tokens you put down, the more information that you give to other players as to what your secret word is. But if no one guesses your word, you'll score more points. So it's a risk-reward situation kind of thing. Once we're done giving out our clues, we're going to pick one other player and try and guess their word by writing it down on the bottom of our dry erase board. And then we're going to reveal. And if I manage to guess her word, for example, whatever she would score, I would get those points instead. And the way scoring works is something like this. It's the number of clue tokens that you used, plus whether or not you've used these letters. This is +1 and +2. And whether or not you've completed either of these goals. And that's the end of the round. You're going to reshuffle these and deal them out in a different order. Deal out 2 new goal cards and do this over 3 rounds, and then whoever's the most points wins. That's the game. But like I said, one variant might be every round maybe use a completely different set of letters if you want to, just to mix things up. So let's give this a try. This is, again, our first time doing this. So let's go ahead and write down a word on the top of our board using all of the letters here. So let's see. Now, if we use the same word, it's a wash. No one gets any points. Mm-hmm. So, no common nouns, or no proper nouns, rather. No hyphenated words, no names, that kind of thing. I got my word. Okay. And now I'm going to put out some clue tokens along with you simultaneously. Okay. Hat, That's good. I'll give you 2 clues. So you use 2 E's in yours. Interesting. Wow. Okay. So she's given me 4 letters of her word, and I've given her 2 letters. So now we're going to try and guess their word on the bottom of our board here.
And we can only guess once?
Guess one word.
Oh, I see. Okay. And what happens if do we get multiple tries to guess your word, or
no,
is that it?
Just one try.
Wow. Okay.
One try. Yeah.
Nasty. Oh, this is hard. I have so many.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
I guessed the word. Whether or not... I hate to guess it and then find out that you didn't use it, then I won't be able to use it for next round.
Oh, so we're using the same letters next round?
Yes.
Oh! Okay.
That's what I mean, like, one variant might be wipe the board and use completely new letters. So that
I see.
I like that better than using the same letters, to be honest with you.
That's rough. Okay. Okay. I'm ready.
All right.
Ready?
Yep. I was close. So I guessed reader.
Uh-huh.
And you guessed... your word was header.
Yeah.
So I was so close.
Yeah.
I was off by 1 letter.
Yeah.
You guessed radar and I chose hardy.
Yeah.
So neither of us guessed our words. So we're both safe. And now we score points based on how we did.
Interesting.
So you're going to score more than me, obviously, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 clues. So you're up to 4 already.
Okay.
You used the letter H and the letter E, so that's another 3 points. So you're up to 7. And then you dropped at least 4 clues, so you're up to 8. Your word must contain at least 2 of the same letter. So you're up to 9. So you got that. My word was hardy. Mm-hmm. I didn't drop 4 clues, and I didn't use 2 of the same letter, although I should have. I was thinking of reader. See, I was thinking of using that. But I thought based on yours it was going to be that, so that's why I didn't choose it.
I see.
So I got 1 point for the H, and that was it, plus my 2 clues, so I'm up to 3 points.
Okay. And now we have to write all these words down on the thing.
Correct.
Right?
So we would write these down up here, and so hardy and header. Just the words that we used. The words that we guessed, I don't think we write them down, but...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, we can if we want to.
That's interesting. So we can still use words that we've guessed.
I think so. According to the rule book, when you're writing stuff down on the board here, you're just going to write down the words that were guessed, but... it's kind of silly.
Wait, what did it say? Write down the words that were guessed?
I mean, write the words down that were used on the top. But,
okay.
Right. I would rather use different letters, to be honest with you. Because... You want to use the same letters?
I'm just curious. So this is the whole game?
This is the whole game. Yeah, so you're going to get these back. That was round 1.
So we still use the same letters?
Right, so now
I see.
We're going to shuffle these up.
Oh, and use the same
now
letters.
Use the same... Now we're going to... They're going to be in a different order now.
You see. Okay.
And now...
I'm just curious to see how the original game would play.
So now we deal 2 new ones. Your word must contain both showcase letters.
Okay.
And your word must contain exactly 1 syllable.
Oh, okay. Wow. This is hard.
All right. So now I need to come up with a word based on these letters.
Oh, so I see. So in order to score these, you don't need to put a token on it?
No.
Oh,
as long as you use a word with those letters in it, you're going to score points.
I see. Okay. Wow.
So now we put out... I don't like taking chances, so I think I'm good. You're up 6 points. It's not like you really need to... Okay. That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So now I have to try and guess your word.
Alright.
You got it?
Yeah, sure.
Alright. So we reveal. I guessed your word. Yard.
Damn.
And you guessed hey. I put ready.
I thought you said we couldn't guess the words that... Oh, we can still guess the words that you guessed for me.
But, yeah, but I didn't... No one chose ready.
But last round...
No one chose ready. No one wrote down... These are the words that were written down. Hardy and header.
Okay, I could have sworn there was a ready there somewhere.
No, reader. I guessed reader for yours,
okay.
not ready.
Okay. But now, for the word reader, though, you still could have typed that down. You still could have written that down,
I believe so.
Okay.
It's a house rule, whatever.
Interesting.
So, now we're going to score some points.
Yeah.
You didn't guess my word, so I'm going to get 1, 2 for my clues, clue tokens, and then 3, 4, 5. Showcase letters, both of those, so that's 6, right? So that's 6 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get 6 points, I'm up to 9.
Okay, and because you guessed my word, is that additional point?
No, the way that works is whatever you would have earned for yours, yard, 1, you didn't...
I used both. I used the clues.
You used... Yeah, so you would have gotten 1, 2, 3, 4...
5, 6.
5, 6. So I get 6 points.
Oh, I see.
You.
I see.
So whatever you would have earned, I earned.
I see.
So now I'm up to 15.
I see. Okay. Interesting.
So we did ready and what was the other one?
Yard.
Yard, okay. I considered yard and I was like, that's too obvious.
Oh, man.
So that's why I didn't...
I wanted to do like hey or day or ray.
Yeah, something simple. Now you're letting me win. Alright, so now we're on the last round, and now we shuffle these up again.
Okay.
Y, A, D, R,
H,
E. And now these go away, and 2 new come out. Your word must start or end with a vowel. Your word must contain at least 2 vowels.
Wow, okay.
So now... we try and figure out a word and write it down.
Okay.
Okay. Keeping in mind that Y is a rare consonant, not a vowel.
Oh, okay.
Y is considered a rare consonant.
On this game, okay. I see.
Yeah, that's what I said.
dang hardy.
Sorry. Alright, I'll just pick that one.
Alright. Oh, sorry.
Take your time.
Okay. Okay.
You good?
I guess.
Alright, so I'll put 3 out. What? Huh.
I'll put 2.
2, alright. That's not a whole lot of information, unfortunately. That's not a whole lot of information, I'm saying. Alright, let's do... Alright, fine. Did you guess?
Yeah.
Oh, you guessed year and I guessed year. We both guessed the same word for each other.
Yeah.
But, okay, so your word was era.
It was just era.
Okay, and mine was harder.
Oh, okay.
So, that was bad on my part.
What?
I should have put in 2 tokens here, because I had R twice.
So
that was I should have done that, and I would then lose. I would not gain any points for this. In the real game. Because I made that mistake and didn't put 2 on here like I should have, I would technically not score anything. But let's just see what you would have gotten for era.
Sure.
Era is, you used 1 here.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 clue tokens, plus 2 is 4.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then your word contains 2 vowels, and your word must start or end with a vowel. So we would tie 16 to 16.
Okay.
Which I'm content with. Had I properly put 2 tokens on the R, I would have scored for mine.
You
but
can still score.
It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm happy to say that I tied you and be done with it.
Please.
If there is, the game ends. Player with the most points. In case of a tie, the tied player with the longest heist word in the final round is the winner. Which was mine, but I mean, mine was incorrect. So I don't know.
Well,
I'm content.
Header and harder were the same length, right?
Well, header, no, in the last round.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you know what? The final round is double bonus. It's the final round you get double, so you would have won.
Really?
And in the final round, points are double.
That's not even fair.
Yeah, I know. There's a couple of things that I would change about this game to make it more fun. Again, for starters, I don't like the fact that the last round has double points. That defeats the... It's like Family Feud.
Yeah.
Like, players can win the first and second round and then completely destroy their opponents in the third round, and, like, there's no skill. Like, you know what I mean? I don't like that. So I would have eliminated the whole double points in the third round kind of thing. I would also use completely different letters for every round. I would prefer that. I do like the fact that these swap out every round. I like that. But what did you think of this? Did you enjoy it?
I honestly did not like this game.
Really? What didn't you like about it?
I don't like the whole token mechanic. I think it's silly. I think other word games have... I don't know. Something about this game, I just didn't like the flow of it. Like, I don't care for the whole guessing
what other
letters.
People are doing.
Yeah, I liked the bonus vault. I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the core gameplay of trying to guess with tokens and only being limited to like you could or not. Like, I hate that sort of bluffing, you know.
Right. In this case, it's a risk reward. the more tokens you put down, the more points you can score, but you're also risking letting other people know what your word is.
Yeah.
I like the idea, but me not being big on word games, this is not something I would play on a regular basis.
Yeah.
But I do like it. I think it's a solid game for families, to be honest with you. But that's just me.
I think Letter Jam, Paperback, and what was the other one? Cthulhu Word. I think a bunch of other games did it better than this one.
Well, there are a lot of other letter word games out there.
I don't know. This one just didn't jive with me.
I understand. No, that's completely fair. I would say this is a moderately made game. I will note that my dry erase marker, this thing keeps coming out. So these are kind of poorly put together, in my opinion. I don't know what's up with that, but again, to make this game more fun for you folks, my recommendation is get rid of the final round double bonus score. I hate games that do that. Again, there's no point if people do well in round 1 and 2, and then in the final round someone just swoops in and gets really lucky and gets a really good score. That defeats the purpose of doing well the first. I hate.
I guess it's like a balance of a runaway leader, maybe.
There's got to be other ways to mitigate that. I think you should be based on your skill for the entire game, not just the final round.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would say get rid of the last round word bonus ×2. Use different letters every time, especially if they're not very common, or if the group is having a hard time coming up with words. Just use different letters every single time. I see no problem with that. That would make the game more fun. There's less of a chance of coming up with repeat words. It keeps the game fresh. It makes it easier for kids. So, and you could even, the whole token thing, that was okay. I didn't mind that. But there's not a whole lot of thought there. If your word is 4 letters long, you're only going to give 1 or 2 letters for your clue. So it's not a whole lot for me to think about. I was like, whatever my word is, -2 or 3. So I really didn't have to think about it. I only the only thing I had to give thought to was I needed to give clues as letters that led to other common words that you might think of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But other than that, there was really no thought behind the whole token clue thing. I do like it, just not enough for me to keep coming back to it on a regular basis. I still recommend it regardless to families, to casual gamer families.
Okay.
But anything else to say about this before we ship out?
I wish that it wasn't just 6 letters for the whole game. We have a lot of cards, and
yes,
I wish that there were more cards that would actually incorporate maybe more than 1 letter.
There is one. It's a QU.
Yeah.
The U is optional. In a 3 to 4 player game, you're going to use 7 letters. In a 5 to 6 player game, it's 8 letters.
Okay.
So in a 2 player game, it's just 6. So again, as another variant to the game, maybe for kids, add more letters.
Yeah.
To make the game, that way they don't have a hard time coming up, or they feel like they're limited. You know what I mean? So there you go, folks. That was Word Heist, a game of lifted letters. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I happen to publish. This is Vincent Idley. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you guys next time.
Bye, guys.